That should work. Yeah. Yeah, let's go with that. Back to it. That was really bright. That worked a little too well. Let's roll with that. Alright, so mic audio should be good. Game audio should be good. 6-star Stark Spidey. Enhanced Spider-Man Sparky. Grind. Carry on. How's it going, everybody? Happy Friday. Hope you guys are all doing well. Welcome to day 2 of the grind. I'm going for the 6-star featured Spider-Man Stark Enhanced in the arena, going top 100 spot with an estimated cutoff of approximately 115 million. That is a modified bit. I was saying something a bit higher earlier, but I've been doing a lot of homework, talking with a lot of usual arena grinders, and modified my number downwards. Consensus is that, yeah, maybe we'll go a bit lower. So that's what I'm shooting for. Got another day and a half to go, putting up some points. I am using anybody and everybody in my roster, including some 6 stars, 5 stars, and we're just going to go from there. Oop. Man, I hate the new freaking dexing. That used to be a full dex right there, but now I'm getting clipped all over the place. Fun times. But how's it going? Welcome, everyone. Welcome. Hope the week has found you well. Hope you guys are doing well. Good to have you. Man, fucking popping in saying howdy, Rob. Hope all is well, treating you well. It's doing all those things in spades. Appreciate it, though. Very much appreciate it. Wow. So we'll see how the stream goes. Okay, no data, no wonder. We'll see how the stream goes. Seems to be acting up already. You guys are gonna need to let me know how it looks on your end, because right now the replay is just freaking out every which way. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully that's just like a right now and it's gonna figure its life out sort of thing. Trist saying, hey, Rob, back on the grind, I see. Indeed. I am about 45 million points into my 115 odd-sum estimated cutoff grind. Halfway through, so just keep on chugging on. Everything looks good on your end? Okay, good. Then maybe it's just OBS over here just reevaluating its life. So, as far as news and things going on, I don't know of anything that's been popping up. I'm starting to see a lot more solos of the Summer of Pain finale. Some more loot there. I haven't seen any new shots of 6-star rank 4s outside of that one Dr. Doom. I'm a little surprised and kind of disappointed, honestly, that rank 4 has not shown up for me in arenas yet. I very much would like to see a rank 4 here, especially for a featured grind. So I imagine I can get some juicy points off of that fight. But as this is an arena grind stream, I'm just gonna be going for, you know, the next hour, hour and a half, couple hours, whatever it winds up being. If you guys got questions, comments about who to rank up, who to use, all that good stuff, I am all ears. I love figuring stuff like that. And we'll go from there. Still no news for next month's champions. No official confirmation on who they are. Of course, there are the leaks, but no abilities or anything yet. That probably won't be till this time next week, I'm assuming. Because usually it's somewhere around the second round of the second featured champion. So, yeah, either this time next week or early this time next week. That's the one. We'll go from there. What I do know is that it's way too early for me to be yawning like that. No sleep. No sleep. Maybe that should be a question of the day one of these days. It's like, how many hours of sleep a night do you average? Because I'd be genuinely curious to see how many people wind up getting, like, the necessary 7 to 9, whatever it is. Not me. Not me. Even on a good day, not me. But it's all good. I'm getting my Z's later on come Sunday. Or tomorrow. I don't know, depending on how it goes. It's me trying to be all sneaky with the spacing. Judah popping in saying, Rob to the Von to the shoe. Yo, yo, yo. What up, Judah? How are you doing? Welcome. What's new with you this fine Friday? Trist answering the question of the day over here on the left. I don't know. I walked by the store and they had Halloween stuff out, so I'm like, yeah, let's get that Halloween spirit going a couple months early. For Halloween time, do you wind up painting your pumpkin or do you wind up carving it? It's almost surprising how many painted pumpkins I see now. I don't think it's as fun or as festive, personally, but I understand it for the longevity of it. Because oftentimes, especially when you get any sort of moisture in the air, it starts getting muggy, then the pumpkins just turn super fast. You spend all that time carving it, and you got to throw it out in a week. Kind of takes the fun out of it a little bit. But that's going to be here before we know it, too. I mean, it is only mid-August, so we still got time. But then it's going to be fall, Thanksgiving going to be around the corner. It's going to be the holidays before we know it. Judah saying, Grandmaster seems to be bugged. Just completed my first path, though. Congrats on that completion. Bugged how so? Because I know he was bugged originally and they fixed him. Something to do with him getting an excessive amount of competences required. So that supposedly is good and done and fixed, and that's should be live as of yesterday, I think, or this morning. When he was wounded, sometimes my damage isn't increased. Do you have it recorded? Because that'll help a lot when you submit your ticket. I don't doubt it. I kind of noticed something like that myself. It's like, wait a minute, I got a number of competences on me, and I'm just hitting him for normal. And then the game's like, oh yeah, that's right. We got this whole extra mechanic. And they're like, oh yeah, okay, we'll let you have some of that added damage. Like, thanks, game. This dude only has, like, millions of health. Oh, well. Silly game. When it rains, it pours. Happened twice. Didn't record. You could still try submitting a ticket. Just, you know, lay out the case, what happened, and how it happened. Never know. They have been particularly generous with understanding the shenanigans of all the bugs, the incessant amounts of bugs. Well, that was news, actually, now that I think about it. Brutal DLX retired. Not like perma-retired, because he still is going to play for funsies on a retirement account. But, like, his main progression, going hard in alliance events, popping all those calves. He said he's putting a pin in that. That, text that. It is a much slower process going against Emma when she's in her diamond form with Mephisto and his Flame War. We got there. Just had to pay a little bit more attention than usual. But I mean, Judah, the important thing though too is that you did wind up finishing. So you got the initial clear done, you got one path done, and it's still got the better part of 2 weeks too to do any more if you want. That's on my to-do list here, I think. Hoping and assuming I get Sparky round 1, then that buys me 3-4 days to keep working on stuff. I'm burning my energy right now on the variant 7 Spider-Gwen path. Farming for revives. Getting that stock built up again, and then, you know, go back in and embarrass myself all over again. CM popping in saying, dropping by to wish good luck. Much appreciated. Thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate those well wishes. Got my fingers crossed. I am very cautiously optimistic. Because a 6-star Sparky would be amazing. Absolutely amazing. I would take him up to rank 3. Unduped. Probably not right away, because what I would want to do is do a side-by-side comparison between my 565 5-star and a rank 2 6, just to suss out like the damage comparison. And then, you know, then take him up to rank 3 afterwards, and then do the 565 and rank 3 side by side again. See how much of a difference there is. Now, I did misspeak. Somebody asked me earlier, I think it was yesterday on a live stream, if Sparky is worth a Tech Awakening gem. And I was like, nah, he's good enough as is. But the more I keep playing my 5-star again and just paying closer attention to it now, yeah, I would use a Tech Awakening gem on Sparky. Just get that added crit, depending on how many poise he has, and then increases block proficiency too when he's under 50% health. Not game breaking, but increasing the taunt timer is a big plus, and then, you know, those extra goodies on the side are always a plus. Not going for exploration, but I am doing all the objectives. Yeah, that's smart. Rerunning the same path over and over, just with different characters. It's a good strat. Luis says, who should I rank 5? Moleman Sig 80, Nick Fury Sig 20. I do have damage masteries. I would say Moleman, personally. With the caveat that I'm not the biggest Nick Fury fan. I don't like that most of all his damage is tied into the 10%, 15% remaining health of his second life. Whereas Mole Man, he just like actively rinses people straight out of the gate. You can play a lot more aggressive, and you don't have to worry so much about getting KO'd because of either nonsense or just because you don't have health. Opened a Summer of Pain rewards today, and there was nothing really good there. Womp womp. Sad day. I'm sorry to hear that. I still got the Summer of Pain video I gotta post. I have like 5 videos that are all in various stages of production right now. But it's like, I'm gonna work on the video, and then it's like, wait, the video and the rendering and the editing and the thumb is gonna take like an hour, a few hours, and I could use that time to grind. So my channel is not going to be super as festive as it usually is. But, you know, the grind goes on. Hey, we're getting rated, everybody. Lefty Knox with the Fortnite Friday Lefty Xander Leo Pablo raid. How's it going, everybody? Welcome, welcome. Thank you very much for the raid, Lefty. And everybody else, too. Xander, Leo, and Pablo. Welcome, guys. Good to see you. How's it going? How'd the stream go? Leo also popping in for the raid as Pablo. As does Padme. What up, Padme? B-More, part of the raid. And CM saying, then the basic 6-star saved all that with Magneto. That is an amazing save. Well, there you go. Well played. Very well played. Yeah, you got it, Luis. Either which way, whichever way you wind up going, big congrats on the rank up. You guys are just stopping in, or if this is the first time on the channel, good to see you all. I'm Rob vonShoe. It is Friday, doing round 1, part 2 of the Spider-Man Stark Enhanced Top 100 featured 6-star grind, where it's Rob versus the bots. So we'll see how that goes. I don't know, man. Those bots are getting super aggressive. Like for that Kingpin Arena last round, for there to be like 10%, at least 10% of the featured top 100 to be either highly suspect or bots. That's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. I read that as the Spanky grind. Oh, Tay, Spanky. I mean, tomato, tomato, right? It's all about the same. 6-star Nexus had X-23, Sinister, and Saberman. I mean, Saberman's good for the synergies. Sinister, too, I suppose. If you want that highly improbable X-Men synergy. Sinister is good for that, and X-23 is a champion in the game. What a shame. I would very much like to see X-23 get some TLC one of these days from either a buff or an update or a rework. I don't know if she will, just because her regen is super solid and they really tend to shy away from regen-friendly champions. Like, that's probably why we haven't ever seen a Red Deadpool come back. It's because his awakened regen is absolutely bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. Maybe someday. Maybe someday. Pardon me. It is way, 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 way too early for any of that. Went with X-23 for the future buff. Here's to hoping. Here's to hoping. Since she has cool mechanics, And also pass on levels for 5-star Space Ghost to get levels on Miles. I mean, Miles is next month. He looks like he's going to be an interesting rework, just with all the different buffs or debuffs that he can wind up inflicting. The trigger on demand evade once you get that built up. I think he's got a lot of potential. There we go. Speaking of Miles. Hi, Miles. Bye, Miles. Miles of smiles. Wouldn't it be nice if they buffed Simby Spidey as well? Like, that big armor break on the heavy attack is probably the best thing about the character. Just because of how long it lasts. It can be super useful. I'm doing good, says B More. Playing some Mario Maker 2 and chilling. Nice. Man, I haven't played or seen any Mario Maker in ages. Used to watch some other YouTubers playing through some of the custom maps. It's ridiculous what people come up with. And the thing is, with Mario Maker, I mean, the maker has to be able to complete their own map. So, that's saying something. Billy says Miles might be the reason I come back to the game, depending on how he fares. Yeah, and depending on how those fancy new animations work too, or effects, I should say. They specifically said effects, so it may not be animation. He's getting that visual upgrade too. So yeah, I'll take that. But what a combo for buffs next month, right? We got Miles, who's looking pretty interesting with his new numbers and mechanics and whatnot. And then Gamora, who I'm told is buffed. But is she, though? She's got True Strike on the Special 3, though. Buffed. Nailed it. Yeah, you gotta be skilled in making and playing well. Which is your favorite? Do you like making maps, or do you like playing other people's maps more? Or is it even-handed? A little bit of both. I love games like that. I very much wish that other devs on other platforms would come up with ideas and concepts like that, big sandbox games. Because like the level of intricacy that they have on some of the more advanced crazy maps, I love it. I love it. It's like the craziest game of mousetrap ever. Specials have the same name, so I don't know if there will be changes. That was weird. Perhaps. I'm not going to hold my breath. I'd like for there to be new animations, because that, you know, a little extra level of pizzazz and razzle-dazzle is always nice, but never know. You wouldn't want to hear me bellow out those chords, Billy. It would be too pure for YouTube. And that is the only reason I wouldn't. The only reason. I like to play them. In Mario Maker 2, they added online multiplayer. where you can go verse others. Come on. And I like versing others. Nothing beats playing a live player. Take note, mcoc. Playing against actual people is fun and challenging. One of the arguments years ago was like, from an offensive point of view, your biggest tool is to like block and bait the opponent to move on you, and that would translate in a very difficult way to PvP, live PvP. To which I say that's nonsense, but that's just me. Jazz says, "How's the grind going, Rob?" Taz, pretty good so far-ish. I'm almost at 50, pushing for like 115, 120, something like that. So I'd say it's going pretty good still. For doing a featured grind and then a full day's of work, I'll take it. Ranking doesn't do anything but just shows you you're good at the game. We all gotta have those little brownie points too. I mean, it's the same way with like titles and badges and stuff in this game. I think that's what they were going for, to have like exclusive titles and badges and profile pics and whatnot. But I don't know. I don't think anybody really cares about the Alliance War one. And everything else is like, yeah, you get this for just playing the monthly quest. So they probably could, like, amp their game up just a little bit. Redwood says, yo! What up, Rob and chat? Yo! What's good, Redwood? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the festivities. How you doing? Billy says, Rob, knock knock. Who's there? Them dang kids ding dong ditching. Ding dong ditch isn't nearly as much fun now that ring is a thing. What a shame. I need to Do I though? Maybe. And then watch out, everybody. Blink. Kind of warm, cold day, night in SoCal. Hey, Rob. Yeah, it's one of those like somewhere in the middle kind of evenings here. It's not cold, it's not warm, it's a little muggy, slightly overcast. Not nice enough to, at least by me, to keep the windows open for like a summer breeze or summer air, but of course he goes unblockable with Dingus. That Dingus. Oh, because of the synergies. That would make sense. I think I'll be going now. COVID vaccines are now pretty much gone, but it's already 4:33 a.m. Oh, wow. Yeah, it's getting late, getting early. One of those. Take care, bud. Trish says, hey, Rob, I'm kind of new here. Do you stream other things besides Arena? Yes, so I do incursions with subs. That's a fun stream. Questing, and then I have a baby account as well. I haven't played the baby account in like a good live and like a good month and change, just because there's been so many other events and stuff to do on the main. But the baby account is some of the most fun I've had in this game in the last couple of years. The game feels like it's new and fun and challenging all over again. So the last big challenge was, 25 hours in to the baby account, pushing and clearing Realm of Legends, which is pretty cool. I really should get back and play that baby account again. It's fun. I played Mirrorverse a couple of times on the stream, and really I probably should be getting back onto that. Although Lord knows if that game's ever coming live. It's like on its 6th or 7th major patch. Not like beta patch, like full-on monthly release. It's like, hey, we've got 2 new characters. It's another Kabam game, and it follows a lot of things that mcoc does. It just plays better and is new and fun for different ways than mcoc. But it's just been in like beta development hell for ages. Kind of makes me wonder why it hasn't been released officially yet. Redwood's just chilling, settling in. That's the one. Good. Great way to wrap up a week. Most of Europe is on fire. UK is set to have its hottest August-September ever. Good luck, guys. Especially for you guys and the heat. Because I'm pretty sure it's not straight heat. It's like a muggy, overcast kind of heat, right? Which is even worse. Good luck. Good luck with the rest of the grind and the stream. Good night, and see you tomorrow. Alright, bud. Take care. We'll see you next time. Just so newcomers know, he did most of Realm with a 3-star rank 2 Claire Black Widow. No, it was... Sure, I'll just stand there and take that. Thanks, game. No, to be entirely honest, it was a 5-star rank 2 Claire Unawakened. Which is still challenging. It was very challenging. But I was very proud of the 2-star Magneto takedown of the Wolverine. That was pretty cool. No way, I'm only 33 minutes in. No way the game freezes up on me yet. It's way too early for that. We were talking about Realm of Champions earlier. No, actually, I haven't played Realm in a good long while. I played it right as it came out just to check it out. Played for like maybe a half hour, and I'm like, hey, this is neat. And for me, that was about the extent of it. Like, it's interesting, but because it's a very grindy game, I don't have the time to be able to invest in 2 grindy games. I heard they had a big, a big update today, like a new roadmap or something, right? If you've been keeping up with the game, what do you think about the notes and the roadmap? Because those usually wind up getting pretty spicy in terms of like what the future's going to hold. Get people excited for what's next. But the other one was, the other Kabam game, Disney Mirrorverse. It's another game that's still in beta and is available in Canada, the Philippines, and a number of other countries. But it's been in beta, I think, like most of this year. But each month they keep releasing updates, 2 new champions, you know, new monthly quests, a bunch of new game mode, or a bunch of new things to do. It's very similar to like mcoc's release schedule because they're both Kabam games. But Mirrorverse has the benefit of being designed in the, what was it? 2019, 2020, something like that. So it's much more modern and got a much shinier coat of paint still. But there's a lot of stuff that Mirrorverse does that mcoc really needs to implement. Like, Mirrorverse is a much more, I don't want to say forgiving, that's not right. Mirrorverse wants you to play the characters, and they want you to get like characters fast, affordably, and like guaranteed. It's pretty bonkers. mcoc is an extremely expensive game relative to what you get, you know. If you're interested, I can show you what I'm talking about. Take like a 5-minute tangent. Redwood talking about the Summer of Pain finale. Not sure if I am or not, to be honest. Nice thing is, it's still plenty of time. It's like a week and change. Plenty of time. I'm going to go indulge myself. Besides, the game right there is going to be crashing pretty soon anyway. So we'll just check this out for 5 minutes. Cheers. So you got Tinkerbell. She's one of the 2 new characters this month. And then The Rock from Jungle Cruise. So I mean, even just like right off the bat, right, for the main menu, it's such a cleaner layout. You can actually see the featured character. There's things going on in the background, and then just like mcoc used to in like year 1 and year 2, each month for each new event, the background changes between colored, things going on, clouds, ambiance, a bunch of stuff. But anyway, so what I'm talking about, right? So much like mcoc, of course, they've got these like gems instead of units, but it's the same thing. And this is what I'm talking about, where Mirrorverse is a much more affordable game. So you get 47, we'll just say 4,700 units for an Odin, effectively, right? And then with that, you can come over here and get a featured crystal for 220 units. So you get more units for an Odin's worth for a crystal that costs less. They don't have 6 stars in the game yet, they still just have 5. But then get this. So this is the brand new featured champ. This is Penny Parker, effectively. Just came out a couple days ago. So you can buy 1, buy 10. You've got a decent drop rate to get the featured 5-star. But you've got this nice other thing where it's a bonus. So if you buy 10, right, so already it's a lot less cost-wise. You get this bonus reward, which means you are guaranteed a 4 or 5-star version of the brand new featured character for a Black Panther treasure chest, basically. Like, could you imagine that in MCOC? It's like, yeah, we got Hercules coming out, right? So if you want to spend like a Black Panther treasure worth of units to get a guaranteed 5 or 6-star, yeah, please. Then much like MCOC, you've got the different class types. You've got your, but it's also a bit RPG inspired. So you got your healers, your range attacks, your tanks, stuff like that. Fun game. Anyway, I gotta do a live stream of Mirrorverse again one of these days. I also realized I didn't showcase any gameplay. Oh well. Save it for the live stream. The next one. Oh, and then to follow up on the question from earlier, in addition to incursions, monthly quests, and the baby account, then every now and again I like to do champion testing too. And there is a test that I really want to do with Stealthy, not stealth, with Stark Spidey. I'm really curious how it goes. Because I want to see if Stark Spidey can out-degen Cable. I think I might. I think he might. But it depends. Wouldn't that be wild? Somebody being able to out-degen Cable. Just saying, looks super nice. I'll definitely be tuning into that live stream. Hey, cheers! I'm looking forward to it. Maybe that'll be the Sunday stream. Nice chill cool down from 3 days binging Arena. Because Lordy knows, it does get a wee bit repetitive. Punching the same dudes over and over and over. So here's a question I posed to you guys out there on your end of the YouTubes. What other games are you guys playing right now? If it's just MCOC, that's cool. But what do you got in your queue? What do you like to boot up when you're not in-game here? Been playing a good bit of Borderlands 3. Even though that game is kind of like swan-songing it into the sunset. I just started cracking into Horizon Zero Dawn for the first time. I'm having a good time with that. But that game's dangerous for me. It's one of those things where it's like I have such a good time and just get sucked into the world, and then before I know it, like 60 hours have passed. But I'm having fun with it. Especially with like the world building and whatnot that they got going on. It's interesting. All the robo-dinosaurs. Taz playing Streets of Rage 4. Okay, Taz, so what is your honest opinion of Streets of Rage 4? I haven't played it yet. I love Streets of Rage 2. Absolutely loved it. But how does 4 compare to 2? Or the first few? Toy Shadow put up 13 mil for a 5-star Kingpin. So happy I got it. Should I grind for a 5-star Super Scroll? Yes. So here's the thing. I always say yes. If I don't have somebody and they're in arena and it's a reasonable cutoff, I go for it. Because if nothing else, it'll be great for a synergy option later on. Plus, I mean, I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of interest in them either. So, go for it. And good luck. But if you haven't already started, I would definitely hold off till round 2. Because that would be a lot of work. For like a day and a half. Toy Shadow playing Fortnite. Nice. They just announced a new set of skins or something for Fortnite, didn't they? Alright, so Beemore says, I play different games. I play sports games like NBA, MLB, NHL. On the PS4 with friends, I like to play stuff on the Switch by myself. When chilling, like Smash Bros, Mario Maker 2, and I also play Fortnite. Who do you main on Smash, Beemore? 10 out of 10. I'm planning on streaming it next month. I love it. Very fun. Amazing music and graphics. Also feels just like the old ones. That is such a relief. That is such a relief. Streets of Rage 2 is one of my favorite classic games. I just have very, very happy memories playing it. So I'm really glad to hear that 4 carries on. There was that Ninja Turtles side-scroller beat-em-up coming eventually too, I think, now that I think about it. That looked like it was a spiritual successor to Turtles in Time, or at least Ninja Turtles Arcade. Haven't heard anything about that for a while. Mr. Smoke says, hello Rob, question. I like questions. I have a 5-star Angela, an Awakening Gem, and 206 to put on her. Been hoping for Sparkles. There we go. Been hoping for Sparkles, but it's not happening. You think I should just pull the trigger on Angela? Who else do you have currently ranked up as a Cosmic? And how important is Prestige for you? Because saving that Cosmic for, like, someone like Hercules when he gets added later on, or Silver Surfer, is going to help you out a lot Prestige-wise. If you do wind up using it on Angela, Angela is amazing. Awakened. You would only need, like, 120 or 140 to be on the safe side SIGs for her to be as good as she ever needs to be. The extra 60 is just like fluffing ice on the cake. But I think it's like Sig 133, something like that specifically. That's when she takes over to only needing 4 buffs on her to have like 100% shrug rate. And then anything after that is just, it doesn't do anything. It's effectively the same. It's like, I don't seem to be doing any damage to this guy. Freaking sinister. Sig 182, I think? No, it's not that high. There's no way. Let me look it up. You piqued my curiosity. Okay, so for the 5-star, it's Sig... I was a little bit off. Where is it? About Sig 103. Sig 103, you only need 4 buffs, and Sig 180... Let's see. Yeah, Sig 180, Judah was saying, Sig 182, it's only need 3 buffs. So yes, obviously the 3 buffs is nicer. You only need Odin at that point. Make Angela a horseman, or a Norseman, sorry. And she's immediately like debuff immune. Viewer says, I'd say my main is Mewtwo, one of my favorite Pokemon. That's why, and he's pretty dang good. Who's yours? DDD. Love me King DDD. Because he's a tank, he can take hits for 1, which is a big plus. His animations are just so fun. I don't even use the taunts. All I do is I just lay down, and he does that, you know, he just lays out and poses. So when I get the KO, then I just lay flat, and that's so much more humiliating than a taunt. But between his 2 different hammer attacks, and his projectile especially, he has one of my favorite kind of playstyles. We do a lot of damage up close, but he can tag people a little bit farther out. Especially if they're trying to recover, or if you're trying to recover, then that buys you a lot of extra wiggle room, because now they got to dance around your projectiles too. And since he's a tank, he winds up getting some pretty great smash KOs at a lot lower health pools. Man, I've tested a number of friendships with DDD. Yeah, Will Smith, Morty, and Gamora and Wonder Woman came in the past. Just a few weeks, the Gamora looks so good, just like the MCOC version. That's good. I'm surprised they didn't go with the Guardians of the Galaxy one for that new game that's coming out. But I mean, kudos to Fortnite for just keeping churning out new skins. It's just small stuff like that that just keeps a game going for ages. Let alone having like the Ariana Grande concert, which was the 2nd concert in Fortnite, or 3rd? I forget. Which is just such a cool idea for the medium. I was thinking of saving it for Herc. Might do that. Just Thanks for the advice, Rob. Always appreciate the feedback. You are most welcome, Mr. Smoke. Anytime. Yeah, because I think the new featured 5-star... no, I take it back. Featured 5-star crystal, I think we still got another 2 months left on. But Herc is going to be in that new crystal, so it's going to be a good one. And I did just pull a 5-star Odin. Solid. Yeah, play around with Odin too. I keep hearing good things about him specifically, not just his ability to like make other champions better. Freaking Venom, man. Freaking Venom and freaking Super Iron Man. Trash character. Saying, DDD is a tank. Animations for Crouch Lay thing is hilarious. The teabag. Mm-hmm. Such a fun champ. Like, other people aren't as big a fan of him, and I get it, right? Because he's big and he's slow and he's a bit cumbersome. But, man, when that guy connects, it's not like Ganondorf levels of just like getting absolutely blasted, but it's effective. Like actually effective, not like Cyclops effective. Alright, come on. That's how I feel about Mewtwo. He has a projectile and a reflector. Also, he has the stun thingy, which is pretty insane. Oh, I know. I've gotten rinsed by Mewtwo so many times. Third, Travis Scott. That's right. Marshmallow, and now Ariana Grande. I remember the Marshmallow one. I forgot about Travis Scott. Makes you wonder who's going to be next. Because you know they're already working on at least the next one or two. Because I can't imagine how much production time it took to craft that whole thing and stage it. Because you're effectively building a map for the experience, which is so cool. My last 2 6-star polls were Ant-Man and Kamala. I had to walk away from the game for a whole day. I was so salty. I getcha. Ant-Man, the champion who desperately needs a buff, but still just can't get one. Because reasons. Kamala Khan's kind of growing on me. Like, I've been playing a little bit more as her, and I think she is slightly underrated. That having been said, she is nowhere near my favorite cosmic character. And it still does feel like a chore playing her, so little give, little take. Corvus good. Yeah, go tell that to Slayer and see what he says. Should I rank 3 Corvus or Bishop first? Corvus is still rank 1, Bishop rank 2. Got both tier 5 CC already. Corvus. Definitely Corvus. he will be useful everywhere. Bishop's good. Don't get me wrong, Bishop is good. And he's definitely worth rank 3 as a mutant, as maybe like your third or fourth mutant, perhaps. But, yeah, between the two, definitely Corvus. Dude's practically an in-game cheat code. Oh, yeah. Just like Judah said. Exactly that. Exactly that. Oh, so what I realized with Howard the Duck, and I don't know if this is a bug or if it's intentional or what, but you know how, like, if the opponent is stunned and you mash block, it can get a bunch of furies? I always figured it was, like, mutually exclusive. You were either attacking the opponent, you were blocking, or you were, like, doing the Howard thing and getting the button mash buffs. But nah, like, right there, I was attacking into the stunned opponent, mashing the one side of the screen for the attack, but then also mashing the other side that usually blocks. So not only am I attacking the opponent, but then I'm also stacking up the fury buffs I get by being stunned. Or by stunning someone, I should say. It's like a nice little win-win. It's like the third best Cosmic. Yeah. Alright, Big Kid Scotty. Let's do that. Let's do that. And let's do that. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. Because I gotta break things up just a little bit. So as soon as I'm done with the 6 stars right here, I got, like, I think 2 more rounds after this. I want to do a test with Stark Spidey. And I don't know if it's going to work, I don't know how it's going to work. But I want to test out his degen. Just for a little bit. I want to see if it's good, how good it is, stuff like that. Because who knew? Stark Spidey gets a pretty nice degen. He's my first mutant rank 3. And after I rank 3 both of them, I'll have 3 rank 3s. My only other rank 3 worthy mutant is Cable, but I don't have APOC yet. Sorry to all the Corvus simps in chat. Judah, I think you just triggered a bunch of people. Block that. I'm going to need to double check on some of the synergies, because the only way for Starkey to get that degen is to load up on, well, at least one synergy. Let me figure on building a team. The rest of the team, I should say. Yeah, Toy Shadow, Stark Spidey does have degen. And not only that, but the degen scales with his modified attack, which is even better. So it's not just his base attack, but if you get all those poises on him by dexing back, then that means his degen gets extra spicy. Wonder when we're getting that solo mode. Sometime about the same time we're getting bases, I think. be one of those things that they just talk about and tease, but still waiting. Wouldn't it be nice when we finally do get that solo mode? Because I enjoy the content. It's just the huge pressure of constantly having to perform at like a perfect level so as to not inconvenience the other 29 people on my team. That gets old. That gets really, really old. And everybody else feels it too, because nobody wants to be that person. Alright, so let's check it out, shall we? See if it lets me in. Nope. All right. So let's do take two then. If the game ever decides it wants to load. That would be nice. Thank you. Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go log back in again. And then we're going to test this thing out. So, let me just bring up the away menu. Alright. Should be good. Hey, Reaper popping in, saying, what up, Shoe? What up, Reaper? Judah, I mean, they said it was this year. It still might be. I just we haven't heard anything about it since they teased it at the beginning of the year. So, I mean, like, I kind of feel like our mileage may vary. Reaper's been playing on the new iPad. Game seems to be smoother. Yes. It definitely is a nice upgrade when you switch over to a newer or a bigger device. Coop popping in saying good luck. Thanks, Coop. I appreciate that. Alright, so here's what I'm gonna want to do. So, first off, I need Sparky. I need you. I need you. And then let's have some fun with... I'm not sure about the other two synergy options. Let's do that. I always thought that there was a synergy with Sparky that lets you prolong how long a shock lasts. I'm completely blanking on it. Okay, so here's the synergy team I want to test, right? So we got Sparky. We got War Machine, who has the pre-fight to boost damaging debuffs by 20%. We got Mr. Negative, who gives the degen to Sparky. based off of modified attack. I got 2 of those, and that launches whenever I launch a special attack. White mags boosts heroes and metal champs for ability accuracy, and then Loki has a 15% increased energy damage. So the idea here is that I want to build up 10 poises, throw the special 2, do that, and then launch a special 2, which should then not only inflict shock, but then also degen as well. So let's see what that does. Because it's modified attack, I'm going to want as many poise Spidey dex charges as I can get. That's 5. Still working on the feed. Come on. Power drain? Can I get a power drain? Of course there's no power drain. Of course there's no power drain. Alright, well, we'll try with the special 3. Coathanger saying Miles? Maybe that's what I'm confusing you with. Like, Miles' shock is the one that's increased. So I'm ticking off for 343 damage. Every, what, half second? Over the course of like 22 seconds, I think. That wasn't super impressive, was it? I'll get 1 more of those. So let's see what we can do with a special 2. So there's the shock and the degen. So it's ticking off. But it's not... Alright, so that's kind of lame, actually. That's disappointing. What was that? Because I've got full damage masteries going right now. And that, which should greatly increase my modified attack. I'm below 50% health, which also increases my attack. And that still did very little. That's annoying. Miles increases Starkey by 30%. Okay, is that what it is? Okay. Let's try that then. Thank you, Coathanger. Reaper says, carve pumpkins with a huge kitchen knife. Obviously. Oh yeah, obviously. It's the only way to do it. So I still want to try and keep white mags there. Just for the hero metal boost. And then Miles. So get added attack, that's nice. Oh yeah, there you go. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. So let's try this one vanilla and then go in with boosts and see if that does anything. So we got this, which increases debuffs. Let's increase the attack there as well. Take 2. Dude's just standing there and let me wail into him, isn't he? So I think those are the shocks ticking for 1,000. Yeah. So it's what, 600 damage every second, something like that, right? And then you get the second one and you can effectively double down. So it's nice, I guess. But it's kind of tough because, I mean, with Sparky, I mean, when I'm critting pretty nice just because of all the stealth charges. Well, that's disappointing. It's something that he does, but it's not... It doesn't appear to be very functional. So that's a shame. Brian says, "Hello, Rob. Hope you're well. I'm doing pretty good. I'm just bumming myself out with what could have been. But now we know. Now we know. Definitely not going to be giving Cable a run for his money anytime soon." Now we know. Gotta make sure I get that that secondary side arena going too. Don't want to miss out on all the loot out of that. Have you guys spent any of those Spiderman tickets? Whatever they are, the red envelopes, whatever they are, in the Spiderman store? I have. I wound up getting the 6-star shards. I wound up getting the tier 2 alpha and some of the other Rinka material. But now it's like got half a month left and I've got a bunch of tickets and it's like, what am I going to get? I'm not big on profile picks, but that's probably what I'm going to wind up getting just because they're one and done. Would have been nice if some of those prizes refresh again after X amount of days. We're just wailing into this guy, not even paying attention. And it's like, oh yeah, I still got plenty of health left to go because of rock stacks. Ah, I love it. Freaking cord. You know, instead of like buffing Ronin or buffing Gamora, how about they spend the time that they would have spent on both of those guys and just like tune up what's his face? Korg is a little bit total brain fart right there. But like tune him up a little bit. I mean, Korg of course could use some more abilities, sure, but I mean I think his biggest hindrance is his attack rating is dismal. But, you know, we got True Strike on Special 3 now, so that's new and improved. I guess that's good. I don't know. Do that, do that. Take a drink, take a bow. Dr. Arrange coming in, and we're getting raided, everybody. Part of the hashtag Tuscan Raider raid. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Happy Friday. Welcome to the live stream. It is an absolute pleasure having you guys here. Hope you guys are doing well. Welcome, MCOC couple. Howdy, Retro Legend, and Gilberto. All part of the hashtag Tuscan Raider raid. Retro is saying, why are you grinding for him? Twofold. First of all, and most importantly for me, is that I very much could use and want another like straight out of the gate tech brawler character. Ghost is fantastic. She does that in spades. But it'd be nice to have a champion that can do that who isn't Ghost. Everybody else either needs like significant ramp up or needs to, you know, perform a bunch of specials before they start getting to their damage. Sparky just out of the gate, higher crit rate, higher damage, especially if you have a couple poise charges on him. So that, primarily for me, is a big plus. But then also too, because I remember when Sparky was in the original arenas a couple years ago, and what a big deal it meant for my account getting Stark Spidey. Especially after how many freaking featured crystals I opened to get the 5-star version. So there's that little bit of nostalgia tied in too. And you know, fingers crossed. Is 6-star Starky worth it? To me it is. To me he is. But it really just depends on you and, you know, not like you, but like the royal you, I guess. Anybody out there. You and your account needs, right? Ghost is good enough for most people, and she can outdamage Starky. Easy peasy. But, I don't know. For me, it's between his playstyle, the nostalgia, where he would fit into my current roster. Yeah, to me, it's worth it. He's instant rank 2. Play around with him at rank 2 for a little bit, and then I would eventually take him up to rank 3 as well. My biggest wish, though, thinking about like rank 3 tech champions, is to have a tech champion who's really good, really solid all around, who is not a hashtag metal champion. Because that, I think, is the biggest deficit in my roster right now, is that all my tech champs are metal. Because I don't want to rank up Yondu. I don't want to rank up Rocket. And I don't have a use for Star-Lord. And those are the only 3 non-metal tech champions in the game. Dr. Range and Gilberto saying, just subbed. Thanks, guys. I appreciate that. Thank you muchly. I mean, will he be good? So being completely objective in the grand meta of the game, I'd say or going off of Seaton's tier list, how about that? I would say that he would be God tier, or like low demi God tier. He's not absolutely bonkers. He does things well, like he attacks well, and he's got a nice evade and taunt. His power drain on the heavy attack is really useful because it's easy to access and it refreshes after a while. But outside of that, I mean, he's pretty squishy, and he doesn't have a whole lot of the newer mechanics that a lot of the other tech champs do. So, I mean, is he going to be good? Yes. Is he going to be, like, game-changing? No. I think just because he is an existing character already, if you aren't already using Stark Spidey as a 4-star or a 5-star on your roster, I don't think you would use him as a 6-star set. Game's lagging a bit. It is. I'm sorry. I have a feeling it has something to do with OBS because my cam is coming through okay. It's just the game that's lagging, which is really annoying. It was doing that yesterday as well, and I'm not sure why. It may be the latest update to OBS because it did just patch a couple days ago. So we can always, if it gets to be really bad, what I can do is I can try just like quitting out of the game and bringing it back and seeing if that refreshes. But otherwise, it may just be what it is right now. What up, Virendra? I would hazard that it's the game, but you guys tell me, because if the webcam 2 is looking super choppy, then it's either my internet or it's YouTube. If it's just the game and the cam is fine, then it's OBS. I'm not sure why, because I finally did get a new lightning adapter. I'm so sick and tired of the old one constantly crapping out. That's Apple for you. Amazing devices, terrible accessories. Probably OBS. Okay, cool. That's good to know. Because there was a time, maybe about, I think at the beginning of this year, where my internet was having just absolute the worst time. We couldn't diagnose it. We had techs out here and they couldn't figure it out. The internet just collectively decided it wanted to just take a dump and die. Which makes for a wonderful time when you're live streaming. How many points do you think Starkey will go for? So originally I speculated like this high, disgustingly high number, right? But then the more that I started talking with other like arena grind regulars and people who keep track of stats for the arenas, I modified it down to about like 115 million, give or take. I think exactly for the reasons like we were talking about, right? It's the first time he's available, that's great. He isn't like meta changing, meta defining. So that kind of like pulls it back a little bit. Somewhere in there, possibly. If you got time to do more, of course, do more. But I think that low 100s seems to be pretty par. Cam is fine, says Virendra. Just game getting stuck occasionally. And still, you're not messing up, so it's OBS. Okay, cool. Cool, cool. I mean, not cool because it's still a problem, but it's not. It's the lesser of the problems. And that I can work with. But then, like, the other thing with the points, too, is that nobody knows. You know, this is the first time this kind of a character has come as an exclusive 6-star. He still is relatively new as a 6-star. So it's not like it's going to be... like how Omega Red is going to be in 2 months' time. Where a lot of people have a 6-star already. He's been around for ages. So we'll see. Well, that's new. I've never seen Nick's knife just hover after a KO before. Wonder if it's a bug or a feature. 100% it's a bug. It's like the node that's in the knife desynced somehow with the node in the hand. Like the death animation doesn't have a node for the knife to affix to when it animates. So the knife just T-poses effectively. Or, you know, random shenanigans, one or the other. So that's pretty cool, guys. That is crash number 3. Crash number 3 and reset number 4 in the last hour and a half. Oh, we are rolling tonight. Hey, what's up, Black Knight? Black Knight saying, yo, Rob, how's it going? It is going really good. It's been a good week. I'm excited for the grind here. Cautiously optimistic, but still very excited. It's been a really fun week in real life, too. Had a lot of fun with the family. I don't know, I'm just going into the weekend really, like, upbeat and positive. How are you doing? How's everything? No, I haven't been on one of your live streams in a while. Yeah, it's all good. It's just always cool to see you when it works. Schedule's been kind of a hectic now with a new job, new house. Oh, dude, tell me about it. I think that's the biggest thing, is just like reorganizing your, not only just your routine, but your schedule. And I'm kind of one of those people that just like still thinks that I can do everything. It's like, oh yeah, I mean, even though there's this big new thing in my life, or like I've got these new, you know, change of pace, change of schedule, whatever. Oh yeah, I can still totally do everything the exact same way that I was like a week ago. Sure, why not? I don't need to sleep. As a veteran player, how do you process game is dying, all are retiring things? I guess this is not happening for the first time. Hope it's not the last. So the retiring thing doesn't bother me at all. That's just, honestly, that's the natural way of the game. You know, people come, people play, people go. I've been playing, so the game is pushing 8 years old. I've been playing for about 7.5 of it. And over those 7.5 years, I've had a lot of close friends, a lot of alliance mates. You know, just move on, play other games, just for their own reasons, get tired of the game, do something else, go to a retirement, alliance, whatever, right? It's just part of it. It's like anything else, you know. I don't read anything into that. The game is dying. I mean, yes. I mean everything is, though, right? Like, everything is aging, and nothing is going to stay relevant forever. Is the game in immediate danger of being shut down? No. Is the game less popular now than it has been? Not significantly. Is the game going to wind up shutting down next year? No, it's not. There are way too many things that they've got in the works in terms of like the next big thing for the game to be in a position where it's like, well, this is it. Because between like solo play, between relics, and then everything else that relics is going to wind up potentially being able to spin off into like the next level of progression, which is my hope. Oh yeah, that just like buys years more of time here. So could the game be better right now? 100%. Is this the worst the game has ever been? No, not even close. It's annoying, but it'll get better. They'll figure it out. They'll fix it. Doing good. Started my new job as a warehouse supervisor for a night shift. Nice. Is it a night shift or like a graveyard shift? Because the graveyard shifts are rough. Duh, carved pumpkin, says Brian. How else are you cutting a finger out for Halloween? See, that's where the challenge lies with Brian, because it's possible by painting. You just gotta be really patient, and you'll get there. You just gotta do it the long way and the hard way. mcoc says, rumors of my death have been greatly exaggerated. Yeah, exactly. And then here's the other thing, though, too. This game is a tremendous cash cow. Just looking at it strictly from the financials, it's a tremendous cash cow. And so long as it continues to be a tremendous cash cow, or even a small fraction of the cash cow that it is, the powers that be farther up the food chain are going to want to keep this thing going. Money talks, and this thing is printing money like it's nobody's business. Now, you look at a game that's in danger of dying, you look at like Realm of Champions. Game is not dead, but they need to make some pretty critical decisions fast in order for the game to continue being a thing, you know? And I hope it is. I hope it does well. I always wish well on games, and it's always sad to see things just like peter out and go away. But no, mcoc is doing fine, and it will be around for a good while still. So I've been working Sunday through Thursday. Ouch. Video's still lagging. That's so interesting. Like, not in a good way interesting. It's just interesting. Excuse me. I think the other thing, too, that some folks who are saying the game is dying may need to take a minute and just reevaluate is that there's nothing wrong with your own personal preferences changing, too. The game's been out for years and years and years and years, right? And the game's gone through its changes just like all of us have. There's nothing wrong with saying that you've either outgrown the game or just have other interests. That doesn't mean that the game itself is dying, but it's certainly not a bad thing to admit or acknowledge that, hey, you're grown too. There we go, get a quick charge on him. Couple more. Bye-bye, dude. Kabam said, new game engine caused these unexpected issues. Obviously, it'll take time, but if sorted, this will be great in the long run. Yes, absolutely. And as I understand it, it wasn't that they upgraded to a new game engine, it's that the game engine they were running got updated. If that makes sense. Or at least that's how I read it when they said. Because if it's like a brand new engine from top to bottom, then I very much would like to see a lot of surface level and cosmetic changes to the game. Hey, what's up, PP? PP just coming in talking about pumpkin spice lattes and how they're going to be everywhere, and people are going to be taking pictures of their drinks, posting them online. All over the place. It's gonna be a thing. Excuse me. Beautiful. PP loves them lattes. All the latte. Mocha latte, caramel latte. Gotta stretch. You could avert that by having them all year round. Yeah, but there's such like a cult following now that there's no way that they're going to change that. More server maintenance equals more compensations. They've got like, what, 3 or 4 compensations that they're working on right now? Between the Grandmaster bug compensation, Alliance War compensation, whatever the final sorry that the game's broke compensation. And whatever else they got. I mean, heck, I'm still waiting on the compensation for Invisible Woman and Abyss being busted. But I think, I don't think anybody else remembers. They're like, yeah, that's a feature. That wasn't a bug. Yeah, let's do this. I'm going to start a new alliance. PSC, Pumpkin Spice Cult. That cult is going to be like the most basic cult you've ever seen. And it's just going to like reek of either just pumpkin spice lattes or all the imitation pumpkin spice latte smells out there. Compensationception. Yo, dude, here's the compensation for the compensation. Sorry, what we gave you for free the first time wasn't good enough. Have more things. Alrighty, guys. Alrighty. It's about that time, I'm afraid. Start packing things in. Moving on out. Seeing who else is streaming. Get a raid going. Open a Crystal 2 for good measure. What should we open, though? Let's open a 3-star. because why not? If you guys want to guess who's going to pop out of said crystal, let me know in the comment section. I always appreciate checking that out. I'm going to guess it's going to be a 3-star Airwalker. Why not? But this has been the Friday night live stream of the 6-star featured Spider-Man Stark Enhanced Top 100 grind. Appreciate you guys hanging out, watching the last couple hours. Please consider liking the video, subscribing to the channel if you have not already. It's a growing channel and everything helps out immensely well. We'll go from there. Brian says, you really think you can outscore the bots? Yes, I think I can outscore most of them. All I need to do is outscore 99 other ones. Oh, no. Whatever. You know what I'm going for. I gotta save for 99 of them. Just so long as it's the top 100. But we'll see. We'll see. I am very cautiously optimistic. We'll see. So I've been slacking on doing the last 2 paths of 7-2. Just realized if I do the last path during the gold boost, I'll get some more. Yeah, very true. That's very, very true. Verundra guessing Cyclops. Brian going for Gwen. Beamore as the bots are taking over. Yep, the bots are freaking Hydra, man. You ban one bot and 3 more take its place. Bots are like sentinels hunting down real people. Yeah, it's like the invasion of the body snatchers. Alright guys, that's going to do me for it today. I'm going to be back again Sunday for the Super Serial Sunday Serial stream. I'm looking forward to that. And, you know, checking out the results for the Stark Spidey Arena. If you guys are going for milestones in Arena, I do wish you the best of luck. But until next time, everybody, I'm vonShoe. Take care, talk soon, stay safe, be well, everyone. Bye for now.